Уважаемые коллеги, добрый день. Plans. We have met for a long time. We will talk about the government, which means that it has been formed, and we are now working in this direction. All in all, it's time to get together and check the clock. Today we will discuss a series of issues related to the development prospects of the Russian defense industrial complex, including how the supply of the most needed weapons and equipment samples is progressing. I would like to point out that most businesses, the deadline has completed the tasks of the National Defense Order with high quality and even advanced the schedule in some positions. It is necessary to continue to strengthen the rhythm of military support. Modern high-tech weapons and equipment are unmanned aerial and ground systems, high-precision weapons, fish means, and battery combat systems, which are various types of communication for stable and continuous control, and other nomenclature. We know, well, our volume has increased lately. One and a half years in special military operations. In 2021-23, these numbers are constantly changing. They are growing. The increase in missile and artillery weapons is more than 22 times. Through electronic warfare and reconnaissance, 15 times. 14 times for ammunition and lethal weapons. 7 times for vehicles, 6 times for aviation equipment and drones, and 4 times for armored weapons, nearly 3.5 times. It's a good pace, a lot of volume. I want to thank you and your team for completing such a task, such a large-scale task. This, as I pointed out earlier, this is important. Today, build an effective armed forces economy. We all understand that with such expenditure, the economy of the armed forces, as part of the economy of the whole country, must be properly constructed so that each national ruble can operate effectively, not only for the needs of the armed forces. In general, it fits the economy. I'll talk about it later now, and I'd certainly like to hear like an idiot today, signing contracts. The advance payment of enterprises and the planning process of national defense orders, if there are some unresolved problems. I have made a series of decisions to improve efficiency and speed up the process of repairing and restoring the combat capability of equipment so that it can return to the war zone as soon as possible, and I request that this work continue today as planned. It is also instructed to accelerate the introduction of modern technology and innovative solutions, and to continuously improve and tactically improve the technical characteristics of weapons and equipment. Considering experience in combat application. I want to emphasize again that we must always be one step ahead. You must always be ahead of the enemy, because then victory is guaranteed. You know you're expert yourself, and you yourself have been working with our people on the combat contact line, fighting and defending yourself at all costs. Russia's interests. Once we are at least half a step ahead, the efficiency will be multiplied. It is also necessary to make more effective use of the so-called folk APK resources, increase product release, and accelerate the adoption of some of the most effective samples. Finally, I would like to draw your attention to the fact that the diversification of enterprise defense has not been removed from the agenda. This is what I just talked about my civilian high-tech products. The system solves the problem. In order to make the best use of the productive potential of the industry, consolidate promising personnel as a whole, improve the stability of the defense industry organization, and ensure the sustainable development of its solid economic and financial foundation, it is very important for us to think about it in the long run. It is true that years, not a year and a half, are related to special military operations, and we have established structures over the years. The defense industry is appropriately where we are enterprises. The agency was established in March 2003, and a decision was made in 2002 to rebuild the entire defense industrial complex, and a corresponding decree was signed in 2002. Here we are when we start. Today and then, the company consists of 6 companies. Today is 56. We will discuss, perhaps in terms of working procedures, further improvements to the structures needed to ensure and enhance the country's defense capabilities.